And this morning, we're going to get a full pass down the track, right?
We're trying to not rip the throttle like I did last year.
Married with Dragsters on Competition Plus TV, presented by Moser Engineering, the leader in high-performance rear-end components. RacingRVS, the place to shop, swap, and sell your racing RV. By Moroso, it's your passion for racing that drives us. And by Armor Coat Ceramic Header Coating. Beat the heat with Armor Coat.
Thinking about something. If there's a loose, like a positive terminal or something on that, could cause loss of power for an instant and shut the MSD down. So I told him, I said, let's pull that one panel so we can get a look at it and make sure that it's tight, because we didn't check that yesterday. So that's what we're going to do.
I have no power now.
At all?
No.
Try pulling the rear valve. Okay, worked off and on.
Generation driver.
Power.
Glenn Baker's on the Lucas Oil side. He's in the 71 transport.
Okay, that was it. A little ass screw. Right there. Come loose, vibrated loose, whatever. Was finding Bud's Creek, we come here and we've had problems. That's been the problem the whole damn time. Talk about something that pisses you off.
He's the number 9 qualifier coming into today's.
Forget what you know about traditional plumbing. Jiff-tite Quick Connect fluid fittings connect and disconnect in seconds, saving you time and frustration. Engineered to perform. Jiff-tite is plumbing simplified.
Yeah, I finally got up there, got to make my first pass after we didn't get to make one yesterday. And I was ready to go, and then they had an oil down to complete my lane, all the way, right lane, all the way down the track. So we had to sit there. And it takes me a while to get suited up, and I was like 3 or 4 cars back, so I just stayed suited. And it did start to get a little bit warm in there, but I fired it up early because we had lost all of our heat from our warm-up earlier. I sit there and built some good heat, and did my burnout, looked good. It was a nice pass. Ended up, it was a 54 and 007 length, so I'm ready to rock. And I'm glad that we got our Canadian connection, Payday Pete, here to give us a hand, and we're going to be rocking and rolling. Okay. Put a new pilot group on because they're looking for that extra a good probably season and a half old. Definitely time to change her out.
Yeah,
fortunately, Simpson gives us a good deal on pilot shoots, so we can have these shoots come out every time we need them, which is every pass.
This on you. Yeah, I love that radio. Most the guys on the Echo. To learn more about this product,
you know, sometimes you can check absolutely everything but one thing. So here we are yesterday, got the car all tore apart, we're looking at the MSD stuff, checking all the settings, which, hey, nothing wrong with that, I guess. Looking at all this other stuff, that was not the problem. This morning we went ahead and checked, you know, all the connections, the battery up front and everything. Everything looked good. So I go out, do the burnout. In the burnout it shuts off. And I rolled forward and I look, I still had power. I'm like, okay, well this is gonna be an interesting or not run. Back up, and I'm a little kind of thinking about what's going on, so I'm wondering how my life's gonna be. Just can't think, just gotta react. Didn't get an opportunity to do either, because the moment I hammered down after we had all the stage lights lit, off it goes. And when I look down, I'm like, nope, no power. Come back, look, guess what? The master shut-off switch, because you have one in the car up here and one on the back, so they all come together, one little screw, just like Kevin showed you. So we've had the top of my car off so many times, there's enough fingerprints on here, so I'm just cleaning it off, because I'm going to be getting ready to go up the first round. This is going to be interesting.
Married with Dragsters, brought to you by RacingRVS, Moser Engineering, Moroso, and by Armor Coat Ceramic Header Coating on Competition Plus TV.
Antron Brown, NHRA, Macro Tools, Top Fuel, Dragster, driver. Here I am in the flesh. My race day ritual. You gotta listen close. I always get up early every Sunday. I get up early. I always stop at Mickey D's, and I always get me a medium-sized strawberry banana smoothie. You gotta have it. Light, but yet nourishing to give you a little energy in the morning. Then I get to your track and I eat fresh fruit, and I sip on my Powerade. Coke product, remember, you gotta have it. And then I also always go to church. I always go to church because I'm always very thankful for all the blessings that the God gives me, especially for the race team I'm on and the beautiful family I have and everything. It's always GFW in the Brown household. God, family, work. Then I come in And I always do a couple push-ups, some sit-ups to get the blood circulating, some jumping jacks. I stretch, a little stretching like this on the countertop, a little track forward like that. See that? Keep the legs right and crisp. You gotta keep it crisp for that reaction time. Bam! And then, after all that's done, then my normal race day routine starts by warming the car up, mixing fuel, and then I get into what I call the intent zone. The intent zone is when the eyes and the smile goes from like this to like this. And a lot of people don't want none of that.
So I'm not sure what he does. On mine, I have a burnout limiter, so he can't have a burnout limiter because he belts. Because when you go on a limiter, the MSD starts taking smoke away from individual cylinders from going over a certain RPM. So on mine, I have a burnout limiter. I can flip a switch, and I don't go over 6,800 RPM in the burnout. Because of his belt, and when it goes on the limiter, it makes that belt jump, and it's just not good on it. So he has to do this with his foot and ease into it. So his look like what top fuel burnouts used to look like back in the 70s.
Right. Oh yeah.
So maybe I'm going back a little far. Launch RPM, we both launch at different RPMs. And that way, when you hammer things, you keep it consistent. We're winning and losing by thousands of seconds. So even though humans are pretty good, we make a lot of errors. So we try to use stuff to help us so we can just be consistent. Oh, how do we find the track conditions? I can't really answer that because I haven't been down the track.
They're pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And what's your name, sir?
Ed.
Ed?
Ed, good old Walmsburg, Ontario.
And you, sir?
Chris from Grand Bend.
Cool. Yeah, we got some good fans out here.
The fans, we love coming to Canada. Not only do we normally do well here, but the fans in Canada are some of the best you're going to find absolutely anywhere. Yay, a wind light! Need to turn a bunch more of those on. There are not a lot of people though in the class, so it could go fairly quick, but still I gotta have several more wind lights. Knew the guy behind me, didn't have a whole lot of mile an hour. Other than that, I didn't know a whole lot about him. Didn't know a darn thing about my car. I did get lane choice though when they played cards. So the only hit of the tree I'd had was yesterday. I did have a 005 light. So at least I had some information. So I left the box the way I had it set up for being in the right lane. And not the best light in the world, but when I launched, I looked over, and I'm already leaving, and I'm still just now seeing his pre-stage and stage bulb go out. I'm like, holy cow, he's late, so if he's right out in front of you, Jiminy Christmas don't break out. Get down there and did one rip way down track and let him take a boatload of the stripe, and he went way under like an 84, and I was a 96, and I made sure I stayed in it past 1,000 foot, so I do have some numbers to go off of. Albeit not a lot, but it's something on ground.
Racing RVs, the place to shop, swap, and purchase your new RV.
So, the bad thing about not getting to run a lot of rounds and in the car, and we're trying to not rip the throttle like I did last year, because I actually broke the Pro Charger after this race last year by ripping it. So I'm trying to drive differently. I caught the guy 1,000 foot, put a wheel on him, he pedaled it, and I pedaled it, got back in it, and I jumped back on it, and he took the stripe, and I had him on the tree. All in all, it was a good run. Down at the top end, he come running over, and he said, man, I did not want to run you. I've been following you. I'm big fans of Married with Dragsters. And he goes, I did not want you first round because I know you're tough. I said, well, obviously, you're tough too. Congratulations. Shook his hand. And I said, now, most of the people I lose to go on and win the race. Don't disappoint me.
Yesterday, I was feeling relatively confident based on only having one run down the track and having to play, but you got to go with the information you have, and I don't know what it is. I've even looked back through years of running here, whether what car it was, what motor, didn't matter. For some reason, during time runs, I have better lights than I do during eliminations. Is that me? Is it something weird in the timing system? I haven't quite been able to put my finger on it yet. Neither here nor there. I had a crappy light and didn't think I was going to break out. But everybody was breaking out big time that round. Should have dumped them. More seat time, more getting used to the mile an hour in this car because it's a pretty decent jump compared to what we had with the 548 motor. And this morning, we're going to get a full pass down the track, right? That would definitely help.
So Ron, what do you think of your first trip up to the Great White North? Good. You have a good time? That's some good Canadian friends. Good Canadian friends.
That was good. Been having a blast. Been nothing like I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be totally different, but it feels like I'm at home, you know. So
hanging out with friends, enjoying life, right?
Yep.
That's what it's all about.
Definitely been a good time.
Oh yeah. And today, hopefully, will be better.
Yep. Drop in and kick some butt.
Take some names.
power out this morning. Man, they were all running really slow, like 7, 8 off. And I left. I just went ahead and left exactly what I had in the throttle stop from last night's pass. I just wanted to see what it would do. Because the crew chief pro was saying one more than that. So just leave it there. I didn't really have any flat out, you know, runs to go off of. That's what runs in 83.
I think what happened was last night we had that 20-some mile an hour wind pushing you down track because it switched directions. And as I told you, I could hear this car squalling the tires all the way down the track. Not only did it squall the tires at the hit before it went off the stop, I could hear it squalling the tires all the way down the track, which means it's spinning. And the wind made you brake out, but actually you slowed down.
Well, I had a 147 60-foot, 143 60-foot, and then this was a 140 with a 1 60-foot. And with the new engine combination, yeah, I'm coming off the stop after the 60-foot time now.
The track was definitely good this morning. I walked out and definitely checked it out. And they had just drug and glued.
Right.
So, yeah, it was great. It dead hooked off the line. That's why you went red.
Right.
And that's why you picked up. The pass last night, the track just wasn't there. Like I said, when this thing's squalling the tires, you're not going forward like you should be. And that was the whole deal. So that's the bad light and why the car actually didn't run as fast as it should have.
That was part of the bad light.
There was a lot of it.
Let's just be honest here.
And then the fact that like I said, you had that 20, 25 mile an hour wind, whatever it was, because it was whipping down through there, pushing you. And that's why both of you broke out. Barry Ryan doesn't, rarely he breaks out.
Oh, and then the next round, he broke out even more.
Exactly.
So yeah, the wind was messing with all of us yesterday. So, yours, every time we go up there, it's like somebody doesn't want to keep the oil on their engine. So, but this time you finally got a chance to take all your crap off for a while.
Yes. But fortunately, it wasn't that hot.
Right.
You know, you want some air.
So,
I was pretty happy with my pass. The car's rocking a little bit when I'm setting the tranny brake, but I get enough time in the box to compensate for that.
Hell, as long as it does it consistently, because it's going to affect your both ends of the track.
I've had it with that time in the box. I've had 007 and a 13.
Right.
So I'm pretty consistent on that happening.
And that's what it said it was going to run. It was going to slow down just a hair. So
55.
Yep. So if you throw out your first round elimination pass from yesterday and just look at your 2 time runs, and you've been in the right lane all the way through, you were only 4 thousandths of a second different.
That's pretty consistent.
Take that.
Yeah, I think we can go out and work with that, and we need to take this win.
Yep, we need to take this win not only for birthday boy, but for my mind.
For my mind.
Yep, for my mind.
Promotional considerations for Married with Dragsters provided in part by these fine companies: RacingRVS, Abruzzi Racing Transmissions and Converters, American Race Cars, Ohio Crankshaft, Crew Chief Pro Software, Replay XD, and by Borla Exhaust. Coming up next on Married with Dragsters.
Hi, Kathy Fisher. This is Bob Mandel. Welcome to the world of speed at Summit Motorsport Park. We're here. We're live. Come on down. Yeah.
You know, we've been having training problems with it not having good pump pressure, so we brought the idle up to give us some pump pressure so the car wouldn't move, and it didn't.